Hey,
So
Michael, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Doing all right? Good. Our first question today will come from Andrew Jones. Go ahead, Andrew.
Hey, Michael, your thoughts on not just you becoming the second UNC player to run for 300 yards in the game, but what you and Javante did, setting an FBS record tonight, combining for 544 yards. I know it just happened, but what are your thoughts on that?
First, I want to thank God. Second, I want to thank my offensive line. Third, I want to thank my receivers. They block down the field. Anytime you have a big game with a lot of rushing yards, you can't do it without receivers that block. And so, my twin Javante, he had a great game as well. It's just when we got to the stadium, we were feeling so good just to start the game. And obviously, I feel good because I'm back home and I can see the look in Vontae's eyes before the game. And I just told him that we about to do numbers today. So, we expected to have a good game, but I don't know if it amounted to this.
As it was playing out, every time you got a touch, you just kind of expect to get to the second level at least every time.
Definitely, because the way that they were playing us, our offensive line was doing a great job pre-snap, identifying who they needed to get. And then it really just, in our room, we pride ourselves on one-on-ones, and I feel like we had a lot of one-on-ones with the safety, and we won more than we lost. That's what it came down to.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, back over to Dina King.
Hey, Michael, congrats on the win. How much fun did you and the guys have out there? You all look like y'all were having great fun.
It is what it looked like. We had a lot of fun today. It's just a blessing to be out here. It's a blessing to play football. We play 11 games, and a lot of teams didn't do that. So it's amazing to even play that many games. So we're just thankful for the opportunity.
Thank you.
All right, back over to Bridget Condon.
Congrats on the win. Just what is it like to be in the moment with Javonte and realize the kind of history you guys are making? I mean, all over Twitter right now, everybody's talking about the duo that you two are, and to set the most rushing yards for any two teammates. Just what does it mean to be able to do that with a guy like Javonte?
Yeah, typically we don't know until someone comes up and tells us during the game. So we're just playing football, and at the end of the day, that's all it is. So football is supposed to be a fun sport. It's really a game. So we just go out there. We just have a lot of fun with it, with our friends.
Does it make
All right,
it
over
even
to
sweeter though to
sorry,
be able? Sorry, does it make it even sweeter to be able to do it with someone else and not just be, you're doing it by yourself?
Definitely, and it even makes it more special that it's Vontae, because that's my dog.
All right, let's go over to Luke Buxton, please.
Mike, congrats on the game. Congrats on the win. Congrats on your performance. Kind of going off that question, you broke 300, which is an awesome milestone. And at one point when you did it, it looked like they were feeding you the ball a lot. And then Daz came in and gave you a big hug or hit you on the helmet. Did he tell you broke 300? What was the?
Yeah, he did. First, Luke, I love the cabin. Second, yeah, he did tell me. So he told me, and then I was like, man, I'm glad I got it because it's time to go. So good game.
Cool. Appreciate it, Mike.
All right, last one for Mike comes from Gregory Hall.
Kind of off of that, Michael, is rushing for 300 yards. I obviously just so much adrenaline going through and you're having fun, but like, can you describe the feeling like in your body, like what you're feeling, muscle soreness, tired? Like, are you ever like, what does it feel like physically?
That's a good question. I don't know, because I was just telling myself I had so much more in me. And I was just telling, our teammates that we just got to restart. So we don't really think about physical fatigue. I don't really think that we had too much. So it's all, that's mental. So we're a mentally strong team, after the last 4 years that we've been through. It's not hard to, bull up and fight. So.
And then obviously you still have a bowl game ahead. Not sure where you're going to go, but what's left after this? I mean, obviously a historical performance, but what more is there?
Yeah, we're going to try to do it again. But at the end of the day, we just, this is a moment that we're in right now. So I don't want to get too far ahead, but I'm learning from the last time where I went on stage and said we was the best. So we're just in a moment right now. We had a good moment, something that nobody's ever did before. It's a blessing. And we'll just see what happens next.
All right, Mike, congratulations on an outstanding day, and we appreciate your time.
All right, appreciate y'all.
All right. Javonte, welcome.
Sure.
All right. Our first question for Javonte comes from Luke Buxton. Go ahead, Luke.
Javonte, I kind of want to go inside your head and what you're seeing on that run where you hurdled the defender, truck number 5, and then the spin move, keep going. Kind of what were you seeing throughout that play?
I had seen the hole open up, and I was just trying to make something happen. It was great blocking in the front. And then I seen Diami coming late. I wish I could have stayed up. I probably would have scored. Oh, take it off.
And when you looked like you got pushed from behind, and then you were kind of falling forward when you saw number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Was that like part of the goal to just hit him as hard as you could to stay up on your feet? What was the kind of thought process on that truck?
Yeah, I was just trying not to get tackled.
Cool.
All right, over to Mike Toper.
Javonte, great job out there, man. I want to ask you, can you describe for us, please, what it's like when you and Michael are both kind of in that zone and just breaking off these chunk plays as the game goes on? What is it like being in that moment?
It feels great. Just being able to see success from somebody that I worked so hard with. Took me under his wing when I first got here. Just showed me the way. It's really a blessing.
All right, over to Andrew Adelson.
Why were you guys able to have this type of historic rushing performance tonight?
It was really just the O-line, the receivers blocking outfield, Sam making the right decisions, the coaches calling the right plays, a good week of practice. Just I feel like this whole week, everything's just been feeling good, and that's a great feeling to have.
Okay, over to Adam Smith. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Javonte, I'm sure you heard Mike say that he saw a look in your eyes before the game started that it could be a big day. Was there any sense you got early on that this might be a special performance from the both of you guys? I think Mike ran for 12 yards on his very first carry. Was there any moment early where you're like, this thing's working pretty well?
Yeah, after the first couple of drives, we seen like they was keeping just one linebacker in the box, so we knew we was gonna start running the ball a lot, and it just worked out well tonight.
All right, last one for Javonte. Greg Barnes. Go ahead, Greg.
Hey, Javonte, this is the first win against the top 10 team in about, I guess in 15 years, 16 years. What was the key to this team kind of making that next step and being able to live up to the expectations and to the hype and get this big breakthrough win?
I really feel like this is the first time we ever played a complete game. So just both sides playing together, playing for all 4 quarters. It showed just how special we could be when everybody's just working together. And I feel like tonight that's the first time it's happened.
Great, thanks.
All right, Javonte, congratulations on a great day.
Thank you.
Our first question comes from CL Brown. Go ahead, CL.
Chazz, Coach Brown alluded to the Notre Dame game, saying that he felt like you guys may have gotten some confidence out of being close in that game and seeing how you measure up against a top 10 team. How much did that help you guys going into this game with just a matter of confidence, knowing that you could come in and win?
I don't know. I think we're confident every game. I've never been in a game where I didn't think we were going to go out and win and play good on defense. So, I mean, no, I know what we have on defense. So, I mean, I'm confident in going to every game.
And are you the type for this ACC championship game? Are you going to wear some orange and sit down and watch and root for Clemson to win, so you guys could possibly get this Orange Bowl bid, or are you the type to not want to know until it's over?
I might watch a little bit of the game. Yeah, I mean, we definitely are pulling for Clemson, to win it. But we'll see. I don't know if I watch it or not. I probably will because I'm a football fan. So yeah, I'll probably be watching the game.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Over to Andrew Jones. Go ahead, Andrew.
Chazz, given what transpired in this stadium last time you were down here, how personally rewarding is not just the way you guys played tonight, but the way you played, especially in that first half?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to come out and play good. This is one of my last games as a Tar Heel. So coming out, we just wanted to play good and play well and execute. And then I think as a team, we all around the board did a good job of that. That was the result.
I know you stay pretty even keeled with things, but was there a little extra juice for you in this one?
Actually, this might be, yeah. There was a little extra juice in this one. To be honest, I wanted to come out there and take it personal, go out there and play hard, play with passion, and go out there and try to do the best I can today. So yeah, it was a little extra motivation today.
Well, thank you, appreciate it.
All right, last one for Chazz comes from Greg Barnes.
Hey, Chazz, kind of building off of that. I mean, this is quite an arc for you since the last time you were in the stadium. For you to make some big plays the way that you did early, especially that 4th and 1 play, can you just kind of speak to how things have played out for you, not only this year, but over the last 2 years?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's been a roller coaster coming to the game. I definitely thought about last year as I was approaching the stadium and warming up. Even my teammates like Patrice and Tamana were there, kind of like, we're going to flip the script this time and come out and play really well. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a story if you think about it, but I just really want to go out there and play hard for my teammates and, get this W to put us in position to be in a really good bowl game.
And Mac told us that this summer he found out that some of the veterans, some of the seniors had gathered the younger guys after some of those COVID tests came out and really said, look, we want to play this season. If you're not into this, you can leave. Can you speak to that and how that transpired?
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of the season, guys were questioning whether they wanted to play or not. So basically the older guys who really wanted to play and needed to play this year, kind of the leaders on our team, kind of came up and was like, hey, if y'all worried about COVID, really just y'all can stay home, to be honest. Not that we don't love them and support them, but, we knew a lot of guys really wanted to come out and play. And, definitely we had the guys capable to make a run. So we really wanted to see how this season will play out. And, everybody was on board for the most part, accepted it. And, I think we've only had one game canceled, and that was because of another team, not us. So our guys did a great job taking care of themselves, being in the right places at all times, not going out and doing, crazy stuff and, getting COVID and bringing it to the team. So I'm really proud of how, we handled the whole thing.
Thanks, Chazz.
Chazz, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Function, and we'll swing back over to Greg Barnes. Go ahead, Greg.
Hey, Jeremiah, I'll ask you the same question I just asked Chazz. Just if you could reflect back to that meeting the team had this summer about the COVID situation and moving forward.
Yeah, just the leaders on the team just got together and pretty much said, like, if you're going to be going out partying, even going back home frequently to see family and going out to see friends, and like, really you don't need to be a part of this football team this year, because the old guys they're trying to play games. They're trying to play enough games and get enough game filmed on so they can boost their draft stocks. And yeah, we pretty much just came together and told each other, like, if you're going to hang out with anybody, just come together with the guys on the team. And we get tested every other day. We know who's positive. We know who's negative.
Great. And this is probably the most complete game we've seen North Carolina play in a number of years. What finally clicked?
I think it was the defense coming alive and coming out to play, and the offense coming out to play early on. It seems like all the time it's either the offense comes out ready to play or the defense comes out early to play early on in the game. And today, both the offense and the defense came out early to play. We showed it in the first half.
Thanks.
All right, over to Andrew Jones.
Hey, Jeremiah, staying on that, there have been times where the offense has been rolling and rolling and rolling, and you guys weren't always backing it up. But today, you guys were. You were getting 3 and outs, 4 and 5 and outs, and they were getting the ball and going right down and scoring. What's that like, knowing when you get a stop, you go to the sideline, they're going to score, and the lead just continues to mount and mount?
Oh, that was great. Especially against a team like Miami, who likes the tempo of the ball. So like if they're tempoing the ball really quick and they're getting off the field quick, then we're getting the ball back to the offense that quick, and we're scoring points that quick. So going into the game, we wanted to get off the field early because we knew they were going to tempo, and we just wanted to make sure we get back to the ball to the offense quickly because we know they were going to score points.
Some of us asked some of the offensive players if they kind of sensed early on that it was going to be this kind of a game. On the other side for you guys, when you forced that field goal on their first possession, and Tyrone forced a throwaway by the quarterback, and you guys got to stop there, did you kind of get a sense that, you know what, maybe you guys can do that for quite a while as the offense built up a lead?
Absolutely. And I believe that started early this week in practice, just with the tempoing and having our blitz checks and having our certain calls when they tempo. Sometimes like when they tempoed, we didn't even look to the sidelines. We already knew we were in a certain check to get lined up and get the play called. So yeah, absolutely. I think that started early in the week, just with the guys being locked in and communicating.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Last one for Jeremiah comes from Adam Smith.
Hey, Jeremiah, as a defensive guy, when you just see two running backs do what Mike and Javonte did, 300 yards for Mike, 236 for Javonte, just what are your thoughts when you see those type of numbers as a guy who's in charge of not letting those numbers happen?
Well, for me, it's not really surprising at all. I mean, I've been going up against these guys for 2 years, and I feel like over these 2 years, those two have made me better in practice and through scrimmages. I mean, you got power and speed with Vontae, and you have elusiveness and speed with Mike, and you're getting two different things. And being able to practice against those two guys every day is honestly a luxury, and it helps me and Chazz and the other backers on the team get better. So it wasn't really a surprise for me to see them run for that. I've seen it. I've seen it for 2 years. I knew they're capable of doing it.
Did you try to, as you're sitting over there resting, did you try to just watch it and appreciate it?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, absolutely. We love it when our stable of backs are running the ball hard and breaking tackles and getting first downs and moving the chains.
All right, Jeremiah, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going.
Hey, Sam, welcome. Our first question for Sam will come from Andrew Jones.
Hey, Sam, everybody's talking about the running backs and what they did tonight, but your buddy Diami passed the 1,000-yard mark in receiving yards for the second straight year. He's the only Carolina player to ever have 2,000-yard seasons. What does that mean to you, seeing your friend do that? And especially today with some of those deep balls that you guys were able to hit. One of them, I think, went 87 yards, but he didn't get in the end zone on that one.
Yeah, I gave him some crap for getting hawked down, but Diami's one of the best I've ever been around. You know, I've known him for a long time, and he worked so hard. You know, every single offseason, me and him both being in Charlotte, we're always working out a lot. You know, over quarantine, we were both back home. We worked out so much together, and he really sets the example of what it's like to be a really good receiver. And those young guys that kind of followed his lead in that room, and I think that's what makes that room so good. But he's an exceptional player. You know, it's just been a blessing to play with him. I don't know if he's going to come back or not. I don't think he's decided that yet, but no, he's a really good player, and he deserves everything he's getting.
You had a touchdown reception against Temple last year in the bowl game. You had another one today. That's 2 now for you. In fact, I think at that point you also had a rushing touchdown, but no passing touchdowns. Is that just kind of an indication of the day that it was? You guys could pretty much do whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah, it's a credit to our O-line. You know, our O-line from start to finish just was whooping their defensive front the whole entire game. You know, they're getting up to the second level and putting their hats on hats, and they did a really good job. And you know, the running backs, they just did what they did. You know, they're 2 of the best backs I've ever been around. You know, and I think the whole country saw that tonight, so I'm just super happy for those guys. But yeah, I mean, when the O-line's playing like they were playing tonight, you really could do whatever you want. You know, we could take the top off the defense whenever we wanted to, but we really didn't have to, just because our running game was so good.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay, over to Bridget Condon.
Hey, Sam, congrats on the win. What does it mean for you to be a part of this team, you know, for being on a team that took the COVID protocols so seriously, and then today beating a top 10 team for the first time for this program in 16 years, to be a part of this team and surrounded by these guys and Coach Brown? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. This is an awesome group of guys to be a part of. Most of the guys on this team have been through so much, some losing seasons, some really bad seasons. So just to see how far this program has come and just the type of guys that are in that locker room, it's an amazing group of guys. I'm just really blessed to be a part of them. And it just all comes from the culture that Coach Brown's built here, and I'm just really blessed to be here with these guys.
And following up on that, you guys have had the potential. You've talked about the potential that you've had, and that Notre Dame game didn't go your way. But to be able to have that potential and actually put action in what you guys have been preaching, how good does that feel to have this result tonight?
Yeah, it feels really good. I felt like we were capable of that type of performance all year. We didn't see it a whole lot this year, but it really just both sides of the ball came out of the game ready to go. We had really good game plans on both sides. And, guys just came out ready to go, and we just punched them in the mouth from start to finish. I think all along we all knew how good of a team we could be. We kind of struggled to put it together. Some games the offense would have a really good game and the defense wouldn't. And then some games the defense would come out and have a really good game and the offense would struggle. So just putting that together, and we just need to carry this momentum forward into the bowl game and into next year.
All right, Mike Topper, go ahead, Mike.
Sam, nice job. Congrats on the win, man. Second game, no pun. Second game, you guys set a new record for most total offensive yards in a game. What is it like being out there? And you kind of just alluded to it, but what is it like stepping onto the field and knowing that you can pretty much do whatever you want offensively?
Yeah, it's an awesome feeling. We were comfortable all game. We weren't stressed at all on the offensive side of the ball. And that's credit to our defense for holding them to what they did. But yeah, when everything's clicking, it's an awesome feeling knowing that it doesn't matter what play Coach Longo calls in, it's going to work just because what our guys up front are doing and what our skill guys are doing. So it's just a blessing. I'm just blessed to have all these guys around me, and it's truly a blessing.
Okay, we need to get you go ahead.
We need to get you a new flag for your wall too. We'll work on that.
I'm sorry, man. I got baseball right underneath it for UNC. My bad, man.
Yeah, that's not good enough.
Hey, Sam. What does it say to you about this team to come out the way you guys did with everything possibly at stake, with the Orange Bowl bid, potentially at stake in winning this game, and for you guys to come out so focused?
Yeah, to be honest with you, for us as a team, this was a must-win. This is a game we couldn't lose, and we knew that as a team. We talked about that coming in, so we just had a really good week of preparation, and we just came out there and left it all on the field. We talked about that before the game, is we didn't want to walk out of the stadium with leaving anything out there. So we wanted to leave it all out there on the field, and that's what we did tonight. It worked out for us.
And Coach Brown kind of hinted that he felt like maybe the Notre Dame game, the way you guys played and measured up for 3 quarters solid with a top 3 team, gave you guys some confidence that you took from that scene, that you're not that far away. Can you speak to that? Like, do you feel like that? How much confidence do you feel like you guys had coming out of that, going into another top 10 matchup?
For me personally, I don't think it had much to do with the Notre Dame game. We're a pretty confident football team, and we expect to win every single game. Even last year when we played Clemson, we expected to win that football game. I know it might sound crazy to you guys, but that's really our mentality. That's the way we prepare, and that's the way we come out on Saturday. So, that's just our mindset. We expect to win every single game. We walk into the stadium with a swagger, and that's just the mentality of this football team.
Thanks, man.
All right, Sam. We're gonna have to cut that one short so he doesn't miss the plane. We appreciate your time, Sam. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, guys.